I want to start off with this first slide that's ask you a question and confront you with the question of what world are we passing on to our grandchildren? And I think you will agree that uh, most people are passing on a world, I call it the one generational world, where there's lack of resources, resources are monopolized, economic slavery, destroyed fragmented families, corruption, poverty, high unemployment, high crime rate, destroyed infrastructures, and we are basically uh, describing the current situation out there. And when I talk about one generation world, it's where uh, it doesn't matter how well-meaning you are, you basically are just concerned about me, my, and I for now. Yeah, and we've been programmed by the our whole system, the one generation world, has programmed us through government laws. The media is prompting us to buy things we don't need. Uh, the financial system is telling us we're too stupid to handle our money and so forth. So tonight I want to hold up another mirror, and we'll get to the mirrors just now, but to present to you that as we speak, there's also people, a very few people, less than 0.1% of the population, that are already working and operating in a three-generational world of abundance, resources unlocked, economic freedom, wholesome families. They understand the principle of stewardship and train their children in that role, poverty eradicated, low or no crime, functional and maintained infrastructures. So to just kick us off, um, I like to tell the story of the father coming home, and his 10-year-old son wanted him to play ball, and the father was just tired. He just wanted to have a cup of coffee and put up his feet and maybe read the newspaper. And the boy kept pestering him, and in the end, the father realized, I need to keep him busy, otherwise I won't have time for myself. He came across a old magazine with a map and he took out a map of the world, and he cut it up in pieces and he gave it to his son, and put it on a tray with some sellotape, and he said, all right, once you put this picture together, which is the map of the world, then we'll go and play. And knowing that, where would a 10-year-old son know where India is in relationship to Africa and to Europe and so forth? Well, not long after that, 10, 15 minutes later, the boy was back. Okay, Dad, I'm finished. Can we go and play now? And the dad looked, and it was perfect. Everything where it has to be. And he said, it's impossible. How did you do this? You don't know where's India, Africa, Europe, and all of that. He said, no, Dad, was easy. When you pulled out that picture, at the back of the picture was a picture of a man. And all I did was put the man back together, and the world fell into place. And for me, that is a good analogy of what we're trying to do through the gig movement and all our various communities is family by family. Let's put the family back together. Then our community and our world will fall into place. So the question is then, how do we do it? And I'm going to hold up two mirrors tonight, and that's all I'm going to do. Your job then will be to say, with which mirror am I the most comfortable and want to stay there? Now, right now, you only know the one generation mindset mirror, where you probably are broken and manipulated by the system and see over indebtedness, lack of choice, no legacy, survival, economic lack and pain, which is the automatic result of staying in the one generation mindset. But after tonight, you will also have a choice to become the founding parent of your legacy, where you have three or more sustainable growing income streams, where you have the time, money, and health to enjoy it, enjoy a lifestyle of abundance, life of significance, leave a legacy. So all I'm going to ask you at the end of the evening is, which of these mirrors is the one that is best you, and give you a choice. So to start it off, in 2008, as a group, we rediscovered an ancient truth. And if you want to know where to find that ancient truth, hidden in your Bible in Proverbs 13:22, reads, "A good man leaves an inheritance of moral stability and goodness to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner find its way eventually into the hands of the righteous for whom it was laid up." Now, the revelation was me coming from a Christian background. I've heard many sermons preached on this verse that make it sound like you just have to become a Christian, then you can claim the wealth of the sinner. And God showed us this is totally wrongly preached. What is standing there is a society law that's always true, regardless of who follows this law. And it basically says in any time frame, under any condition, economically, politically, doesn't matter. If you can find a man, woman, or couple that dedicate their earthly lives to leave inheritance to their children's children, but it must also be of benefit to society, then for that family and that family only, the wealth, unused resources of the sinner, families who miss the mark, will eventually come into the hands of the righteous, families who do the right thing. And that got me excited. And then I discovered another little graph that helps to also make sense of that verse. And the horizontal line represent your expected lifespan in years. And we can assume that most people can live up to 80 years. That makes you then generation one. And then children after you will be generation 2, 3, and 4. And the vertical line that you'll see coming up right just now will then be the wealth you accumulate and also the impact that you have in society. So most people live the one generation life, which is represented by this yellow line. The yellow line says, get born, grow up, find a job, career, work as hard as I can, because around about 50, society kicks me out, telling me I'm now too old. I might hang on to my job for a few more years, but eventually I will be retrenched, have to resign, and I've reached my career peak at around about 50. And then the financial institutions will tell you, don't worry, if you've saved enough money and you took out the right policies and you eat up your money slowly enough, it should last you until your dying day. And if you're really good, you might even have some money left over to pay for the funeral and leave some money for the kids. And I think you'll agree with me, that's the prevailing mindset out there in life, and people don't know any better. But what is it making of us as a society? It makes us a society of people who make it and eat it. And our children start at nothing, then they make it, then they eat it, and their children start at nothing, making it and eating it. If we then project a trend line through this whole thing, you find that this family just live from week to week, month to month, a mediocre life, and come at 65 or 80 or whatever and say, how did I get here? If we look at the end of their lives on this graph of the impact in life, these people are not necessarily having an impact. They've forgotten somewhere in the backyard of someone's house, considered a financial burden. And I'm sure you know such elderly people. The scary part is I might be describing your future life if you're not heeding the message of this presentation tonight. Now, the good news is it doesn't have to be like that. If we unpack that ancient truth slowly, it says, let's just look at those families who have at least a multi-generational view, even if it's stopping at their children. So how do you get a multi-generational view? Whereas on the yellow line, everything's about me, mine, I for now, quick fix. The multi-generational view says, let me try and think, how will my current decision of relationship, business, savings, whatever it is that I do, how will it be of impact and benefiting my children when they are old people? So you, on a daily basis, you have to almost think 30 years beyond your death. And if you think like that, you are no longer swayed by the media of the day and the brand names and what trying to fit in. You think ahead, where will society be? What needs will there be in society? 10, 15 years from now. And you'll probably be that person who will find that piece of land on the outskirts of town that's still relatively affordable and scrape your last cents together, buy it, wait on it, pay it off. And for the next 15 years, you may not have lots of money to afford lifestyle. But then 15 years later, the town has expanded, and now your piece of land is right in the middle of a brand new suburb, very valuable, and people say, wow, you're lucky. So you were not lucky, you were planning to be there. So the green line show that you reach your peak late in life, and when other people's economic curve goes down, yours still continues. And at the ripe old age of whenever you're ready to pass on, you still make an impact in society. So how many people do you know that fit this description? And your answer might be not many. Now, even those people that you know about, they are few and far between. And God's plan for us, hidden in Proverbs 13:22, is to have everybody becoming the founding parent of their family legacy. And it will look like this, the purple line. Could start with humble beginnings, might even be very poor and broke when you start. But as you go, you take your children with you on this journey and you teach them the language of generational speak. So we're no longer owners of anything, we are stewards of everything. And we are no longer consumers, we are builders. Um, and when you have that kind of language, you do things differently. But also understand your children may want to have different careers than you. So study them, release them in their gifting, make it possible for them to be whoever they need to be. But I believe for every family, God has planted the seeds of 3 or more businesses, and then keep working it out. Bring other people alongside you that can help you build it out, put it in the right structures, trust companies. And then at the ripe old age, as you get older and older, you have more and more wealth behind you to make a bigger and bigger impact. You never retire, you just have more and more fun until it's time for you to then move to your heavenly home. And then in hindsight, you've reached your peak. And then in hindsight, uh, your peak becomes the starting point for your next generation to build their careers, and their peak becomes the starting point for their generation. And for this family, you will now talk about them as having a major impact in life, growing from strength to strength. And when we did this, the study around such families, I felt God saying to me that these generational families, and in South Africa, we've got the Maponyas and Ruperts and Oppenheimers. Doesn't matter what the politicians and the media say about them, but God shows me that these are His blessing for our country, because these family businesses know how to create sustainable jobs for all citizens, regardless of their political and religious affiliations. And if we want a better South Africa, we need to create more such families. And that has become then the purpose and the drive of the gig movement. So this is then just an unpacking of that verse that says, leave a legacy. And then we've also down the road developed another concept. We say legacy as a house, and it comes from Proverbs 24:3 that says, through skillful and godly wisdom is a house, a life, a home, a family built, and by understanding it is established on a sound and a good foundation. And by knowledge shall its chambers of every area be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. The challenge that we have in life currently is people don't know how to build wealth. They don't have the know-how. And that's what we put together in the group over many, many years. And we talk of it as legacy as a house, where you need to have a foundation of wisdom, doing it the right things at the right time, followed by the walls of the house, wealth being the theory of wealth, including marketing skills, selling skills, and whatever you need to do to build a business anywhere in the world. But then unless you apply that theory, and we call that well-being, your house won't stand. It needs all both walls to carry the roof. And the roof is really the important one. And that's the worth that you decide, the buck stops here, my family is valuable, we're going to build this thing. And that's then building during your lifetime the first portion of the house. Your children live with you in that house, but then each of them start adding rooms to the house, and the third generation start adding another story. So in time to come, figuratively speaking, people will know about your family, and they'll talk about the house of David or the house of Abram or the house of whatever your name is. So that in a short is then the theory behind the generational message. And then we moved it further where we then said, most people right now don't know any better, and they find themselves in this doom and gloom picture on the left, survival, surviving one more day, one more week, don't know any better. The only input is from the media and the politicians that draw a picture of doom and gloom. But you don't have to stay there, because we have developed since 2008 an alternative, and all you have to do is just get through that door so that you can move from a 1 generation to a 3 generation mindset, where we can then take you on the journey of the 4 S's. So what is the journey of the 4 S's? It's where we take you out of economic lack and pain and survival, and then just to introduce you to what we're going to show you as symbols. Here are some of the symbols that we will show: individual, family, business, community. And then in our resources, we have the Co-op Bank, we've got Gig Wealth, we've got Legacy Coaches, we've got the National Resource Center, and we will just use that as a collective to show everything that we want to talk about tonight. When we talk about the gig journey, we say the gig journey is understanding that when people start, they don't know of what are the possibilities out there, and they find themselves in struggle. Now they have the help of all the resources that I've just pointed out there just now. But struggle is then a sense of hopelessness that comes from not having enough money. It doesn't matter what I'm earning, my income less my expenses leaves me in a minus, and I can't help but feeling hopeless. And the smallest little thing then trigger these people to feel even more of a victim. So the only way to get you out of this minus, we need to start working on the income side, make that higher, and work on the expense side, make that less. So the work we're going to do with people in that area, whether they are an individual or a family, and I'll show you just now where to find these little courses to do generational goal setting, generational budgeting. But to work on this income less expenses, we can increase income by the Legacy Coach program. For those of you who are interested, we'll teach you how to build the B quadrant. When we talk B quadrant, we basically talk about the Kiyosaki model to move you from employee, self-employed, where you sell time, to where you can become a business owner, learn systems, and ultimately become an investor. And then along the way, you will pick up ideas for your own business, and that's how you increase income. But you also need to decrease expenses, and we have structures in place where we can help those who need it through a debt review. And recently, we've also added a debt consolidation component, helping people to save on monthly consumables and also save on insurance. So those are just some obvious places, and you'll be helped along the way with the Legacy Coach. And also on the financial side, we've got wealth coaches. So that's then what we do for people who are still in the struggle stage. And how do you know you're in struggle? Income less expenses is a minus. Once we've solved that, and our average is about 18 months, then people move out of struggle completely, and they're in stability. And stability is where you have hope. And we define hope is where income less expenses is now a surplus. Caution, when that first surplus happens, it's just maybe an extra 100 Rand. And people are not necessarily excited about it. And even if you save 100 Rand, for a year, it's 1,200, and maybe you can have a good night out in town. So what we need to do is focus you already on building other income streams. And you can do it on your own or you can do it with people. But then that moves you to success where you have choices coming from 3 or more sustainable and growing income streams. So to give you a glimpse of the future, once you're in success, either as an individual or a family, we're going to uh, talk, well, for those who get started in more detail, about one of our flagship products in the bank called the LoanLink Share, or the interest-free loan. And that can help people how to pay off high interest debt with zero interest loans. Then in time, once you paid off the debt, use the interest-free money to invest in income-producing projects, then use it to buy stocks, machinery, start a business, and ultimately work together with your ability to have interest-free money, but to collaborate on mega or community projects with interest-free money. Then for businesses, uh, we can then help with and individuals and in families. We have an investor club to help people to say, while you have less than 10,000, let's pool your money and build, invest in all sorts of interesting assets. When you have more than 10,000, but not yet 100,000, we call you an independent investor. And the banks would even recognize you if you have 100,000, lend you another 900,000 to buy a flat or something. So that's an important journey, but it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. And through Gig Wealth, we've got all sorts of interesting opportunities available. And then once you have more than 100,000 available, not yet a million, you're a sophisticated investor. We can expose you to more risk where you understand risk. And that's where you can invest in initial product offerings, new businesses, and all sorts of things. And then ultimately, we want every family we start to become a family office where you have $1 million plus to invest in various investments. And then we'll bring a professional team around you to help you grow your wealth so that you have more time, more free time to enjoy life. All right. So that, and then as a community, some of you are already part of our community plan, where we then help the community to set up funding structures, and they focus on the deployment of the funds through infrastructure, employment created, sustainable businesses. But we will then at the back end through the National Resource Center show how we can mobilize funds that's already available through government, BEE, donor funding, and even access venture capital. So all of that then leads you to the last S, and that's your significance. That's where you have meaning, you impact society, and you're a community champion. And a lot of people want to live a life of significance, but they haven't yet completed the journey of stability and success. So they try to fund it then from struggle, which is not sustainable. And they're constantly dependent on more funding coming in. Is rather, we say, do it from success, where you have choices and your funds can even grow more and more as time goes on. So that then is the journey of the 4 S's. How do you start your journey? The first step is become a free member. And I'll show you just now where to find that steps to go there. Is the Gig Institute website. And it doesn't cost you anything. You just go on, register yourself, do the free courses of goal setting and budgeting, and you're a free member. But you are still not participating in the banking products. You'll get online training and we'll communicate with you. Then with the second one is the classic membership, and that price is now, I forgot to fix it. It just has gone up to 85 Rand. But that then gives you the bank membership, access to a legacy and a wealth coach, training and support, and then all the banking products that I will show you just now, inclusive of the interest-free loan. And then we have a last membership space that has now gone up to 170 Rand, but that includes funeral cover, where the principal and spouse can enjoy funeral cover of 30,000, and there's no waiting period. And children 14 to 21 years, 20,000. Children 6 to 13 years, 7,500. And children up to 5 years, 3,000. And then for what do you call it, extended families, for a maximum of 10,000, we can then also assist. And depending on the age, they can then pay 47 up to 228. So the big thing is choose the correct membership option for you. And what are the next steps? The first thing I want you to do is look at the bank products. So to look at the bank products, go to gig.coop, and I'm going to show you what you will see when you get there. And there's the heading. On the home page, you'll see about products, whatever. If you click on products, it will take you, let me just see if you can go there. There are more info there. It talks about the various products that are available. And if you scroll down that page, we have interest-free loans. That's the LoanLink share. There are now some conditions about it. You start off at 10%, but if you do certain positive actions, which we can let you know about later, then you can bring that 10% right down to zero for the rest of your term in GIG. And that's the whole drive to start using interest-free money. How do we create interest-free money? People have a choice to invest interest-free, and then against it, after 12 months, they can borrow up to 3 times or even up to 2 times after 6 months. Savings, we have a choice of a 32-day account or fixed deposits, 6, 12, or 24 months. So you can come back to this page if you find out more about it, but I'll tell you about the various interest rates shortly. And then peer-to-peer is where you can have a private funder for one of your projects, and the bank can then facilitate the transaction. You and the funder can decide on how much interest you will pay over what period. But because you need a national credit regulator license to do it, the bank then assists you with that fund, with that transaction. It's then a legal transaction. The bank help with the structure of the loan administration, and that's called peer-to-peer, and there's no limit on what you can do there. And then on the group loans is where a group of people, friends or family, and let's say you have got 10,000 in and you can borrow up to 30,000 interest-free, but there's 10 of you, you can then pool your 30,000. Each of you will have an individual loan, but you can pool your loan to now buy maybe a machine that can make bricks or whatever the case may be. So that then gives an idea of that side. And let me just go back to rates. Rates is where you can see what are the current rates that people will earn on whatever product. So on the loans, there's the kind of interest-free loans up to where you will pay prime plus 3. On the saving side, the 32-day notice account will currently be 7.25%. And on the 6, 12, and 24 months, it will range from 8.1 all the way to 9.25%. And then peer-to-peer products is then a structured deal between borrower and lender. Then the next one is to get started, go to gig-institute.com. And on that one, you will then find the following. When you click in, that's what you will see. A picture like that, old man walking with his grandson. If you scroll down, there's some buttons there that you can choose to pick. At your own time, go through all of them. But we will recommend that you start with a free membership. So if you click on the free membership, that's what will come up. Then scroll down. Look at that little video. It's quite an old video. It was made in 2011. But it's just given a bit of a feel for the movement that you're part of. Then you can get free membership by you put your first name, last name, mobile phone, email, and who referred you. And you'll automatically then be given free membership. And then we encourage you to go down and you'll see there's a picture there, and it's an online course. It's free, but it will then show you the generational journey, which is a bit of what you've heard tonight as well. And then when you're ready, you can become a paid member. So before you become a paid member, well, I'll bring you down to the paid member, but also then if you go to the paid member page, I'm just going to go on the paid member journey, you'll see some more courses there that you can do. And some of the people in the Volkville community went through the course, but I would encourage you to also go online and you'll see the presentation. Then you see generational goal setting. You register yourself whenever you do the first course with your email, create a password, and you'll always come back to the same dashboard, and then you just choose the next course and the next course, and then ultimately the generational budgeting. But let's just go back to the free member journey. And then at the end of the free member journey, you'll see there's a button that says time to become a paid member. And this is how you then become a paid member. You click on it, and that then takes you through our membership application form. Just fill it in correctly. It asks first name, last name, ID number, email, mobile number referred by. Then next of kin would be normally your spouse, but it's basically if something happened to you, who do we then talk to about your account? Should the account continue and so forth? So while you're alive, we don't worry about that. But when you're no longer there, we need to know next of kin, which can also be the same as beneficiary. And then membership is a 250 registration, once off. And here's the new fees already, 85 for the classic membership and 170 per month for the Wealth Builder. It's your choice which one of them you use. And that's a monthly fee. And then on top of it, you can then save and do all sorts of things. We only work by debit orders. You can just fill in the debit order details. And when you're ready, understand that there's a first once-off 250 fee plus the monthly fee, and choose which date you want to go off. We need certain documents as well just to onboard you. A copy of the ID and passport, a proof of residence, and that's it. And then you basically sign that you've read everything, declaration, confirm, click there, and when you say there, then it will submit the page. And then you're a registered member, and then from there on, you participate. Just to go back to where are we on the presentation. For further info, you can talk to the person who invited you here tonight. You can phone me. There's my number, or any of the leaders in the various communities. And then let's turn one day. So we have so often we say, one day I'll do this, one day I'll do that. Let's make that one day into day one. And then in closing, is this the end or the beginning?